Right, it's looking good there, isn't it? Right. Should be looking cool. Should be on. We should be live. What's that little button up there? I've never seen that. Oh my god, wow, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Unable to create highlight. Well, that's cool. I never even saw that. On the little live studio that we've got, or I've got here, you can insert an ad. I can insert an ad, so I can do a little ad break. I can go, like, you know, halfway through the video and go, right guys, we're having an ad break now, and then insert. That's cool. I knew you could do that on the old, the old YouTube live thing, but I didn't know where it was on this new YouTube studio. So I ended our oh no, you were on. Oh bloody! I would have just joined your stream or something. I would have just like sacrificed Thursday talks and joined yours. I'm meant to be going. I'm meant to at some point get round to going on your stream, aren't I? But oh god, bloody hell, Tommy. Oh well. The monocle. Hey ads, hi there. So yeah, we'll wait for a few people to join. Obviously, I'm a little bit early as usual. So it won't be 10 minutes until everyone's in. So yeah. So I've got a few different things to talk about as with the topic, sales, Streamyard and stuff. Don't know what the other stuff is, but I'm sure we'll get to it. So yeah. So I'll talk about Streamyard first because... Oh, you kid. Oh, right. I thought... What time is it there? Oh, no, it's like 7 o'clock, isn't it? Is it like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock? About 7 or 8 o'clock where you are, so yeah, maybe not, but anyway. Yeah, so what was I saying? So Streamyard, I'll talk about that first, because obviously that's the one that probably not as many people really care about knowing or aren't really bothered about knowing. So, yeah, I'll talk about that while people are starting to come in, and then I'll get on with sales and stuff. Wow. Adds gently down. Oh, whoa. I was saying that as wow. How do you spell wow then? That's the same. It's the same spelling, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Anyway, Mark says whoa, gently down. Adds gently down the stream. I don't know what that means or what it's in reference to, but okay. Esports Game Masters in. Hi there. Alan's in. Hi there. So yeah, I'd say we'll wait for a few people to pop in. Probably be 10 minutes or so. But yeah, so Streamyard. So I mentioned last week, or was it the week before? I think it was last week that I was going to do, or I'm thinking of doing, and I'm just still thinking of it. A 6-hour or 12-hour stream for Thursday Talks, the 200th episode, of which we're 12 weeks away or whatever it is. So a couple, 3 months away or something. I didn't know whether I could do it. I didn't know whether there was a cut-off time for YouTube with streaming and stuff. And I can't do it through... Well, I can do it through OBS, but I don't know how to get guests on OBS. I know there's a way to do it, but I don't know how to do it. It's more... I think that's a little bit more advanced OBS stuff. I think it's fairly easy to get one guest on, but I don't know... I don't even know whether you can actually get more than one guest on with OBS. But if you can, it'll probably be quite advanced stuff. So I thought, right, well, I've got to go to Streamyard, haven't I? Because obviously not Google AdSense, Google Hangouts is gone, isn't it? So I went to Streamyard and I don't know whether I told you about this last week. I doubt I will have done. Oh, no, I did. Oh, God, no, I'm repeating myself, aren't I? Because I did tell you this last week. Yeah, why am I repeating myself? I thought that I had done the Streamyard thing. It must have been Friday or Saturday, but I already told you all this last week. I'm doing the same show as last week. Anyway. I'll very, very quickly repeat myself. For those who haven't heard, I know obviously I said it last week, but basically I'm okay to do it through Streamyard, is what they said. Then, after the live stream, because it's now all coming back to me, I did actually say in last week's live stream, but after the live stream, I thought I had closed down the window, didn't I? I said in the live stream, oh, I've closed down that Streamyard window. Well, I hadn't closed it down. It was just on the other end of my bloody windows, the other end of my tabs. So I go over across to it, and, because I had asked, I say it's a her, I don't know if it was a her, but I had asked another question saying, is there a limit on YouTube for streaming? I had got my first question answered about the fact that she or he, whoever it was on the end of this live chat, had confirmed that Streamyard themselves can stream on YouTube for, whatever time I want. But I didn't know whether there was a YouTube imposed limit as well, so I asked that. But anyway, they didn't know, so I'm yet to know on that whether there's an actual YouTube imposed limit for how long you can stream, because I'm sure somewhere going around there's this 8-hour limit or whatever it is. But then again, I'm pretty sure I've seen streams. I don't know, maybe I'm just making this up, but I'm pretty sure I've seen streams that are over 8 hours. I know there's definitely videos over 8 hours that you can upload, so I don't think it'll be a problem. The only issue, as I mentioned last week, as it's now all coming back to me, is, you know, scheduling it and sorting it all out and stuff. So anyway, yeah, so I've just spent the last 5 minutes repeating myself with what I said last week. So as always, I always seem to repeat myself. You know what it is? I forget so much. I forget. I am terrible. I am the worst person to remember stuff. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah, Mark said Groundhog Day. Yeah. Oh, right, wait. No, that's not. Yeah. Yeah, Groundhog Day, repeating myself. I know, right? But yeah, so 8-hour limit. Oh, well, George says 8-hour limit, I believe. Yeah. I don't know then. Yo Rossman. KLC saying Yo Rossman. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it, because I don't wanna go on and get 8 hours in and then it closed down on me and think, oh god, well, I've broken up the stream now. So I'll either do a 6-hour stream, or if I can work out whether this 8-hour limit thing is, you know, actually a thing, then I'll do a 12-hour stream. But yeah, I don't know. I have looked on the internet before. I've looked all around and I can't seem to find where it says it. But I know I've seen it somewhere. I know on some page on YouTube I've seen it say there's an 8-hour stream limit. I know it. So yeah, I don't know. It's odd, but anyway. So who've we got in the chat? I've not really said many highs. I just said a few highs at the beginning. So we've got KLC's popped in. BCP's in. I've seen him on loads of blooming chats recently. And then we've got Jim Jams and we've got George Ross. And I think, is that everyone? Is that everyone I've said hi to? Yeah, I think it is. So hi there, everyone. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat as always. You can stream. Oh, Esports Game Master says you can stream over it. I don't know. I don't know then what. The person on Streamyard, as I mentioned last week, and as I've obviously repeated myself here, said a 12-hour stream or a 6-hour stream is fine. But then I'm doubting it because I'm obviously thinking, well, I've seen somewhere on YouTube that it says you only stream up to 8 hours. So I don't know. I'm going to have to double check. Because as I say, I don't want to start the stream and then it go right up the wall because, you know, because there is some sort of limit after a while. But it's definitely... Oh, right. Yeah, I just Googled it and it comes up with straight... Yeah, I think that's what I did, George. I'm going to do that, actually. YouTube stream limit. Yeah, I don't know. God, I haven't a clue. Yeah, it says each YouTube live streaming event. This is what I saw. Is at least like YouTube live streaming event is limited to 8 hours. I don't know. Yeah. But is that through doing, you know, when you go live on your phone, or you go live direct to YouTube without a host, like without a third-party software type thing, like Streamyard or OBS? Isn't that what that is? So it's if you don't have a I'm just on the page now. I'm gonna have a quick look. I know I should do this while I'm not live, but I don't really care. I'll just do it now. Doesn't seem to give much information on it. Yeah, I don't know. I can't bloody work it. That bloody article is really weird. It doesn't say any real information about it. It's just going on about what the hell? It literally doesn't say any information about it. I don't even know. Oh, here we go. Time limits. Each YouTube live streaming event is limited to 8 hours for most conferences. For most conferences, this will not be a problem. But if you are planning a longer event, you may need to consider how to split your live stream coverage to account for this limitation. Yeah, maybe it will. Maybe what I need to do, there's still a way of doing it, obviously. I just, about the 7-hour mark, I set up a new live stream and then might try and somehow migrate over to, I don't know how I'm going to do this, so then it's continuous. I try and migrate over to that one instantaneously, so then it's continuous. But God, that's, unless you can go live on 2 events at the same time on the same channel, then I don't think you can do that though. I don't know, but then I can migrate. Alternatively, I just do a 6-hour stream or an 8, or just go till the time limit, like the 8 hours. Or what I do is just go to the time limit, and if I end up, if by magic it goes over the time limit and nothing cuts me off, then I can do the 12 hours. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure anyway. You must need special permission or something from YouTube to go longer, maybe. Possibly. I do not know what. I don't know what the intention of YouTube is to limit streaming. I mean, I don't get why you'd limit it to it, as unless it's some sort of something for the website. Like, for example, if everyone was streaming for that long, it'd crash the website or something. But I don't know anything really about website maintenance and development and all that sort of stuff, so I wouldn't know whether it's an issue to do with that or not, but you wouldn't imagine so with YouTube being so big. Anyway, DBG's in, so hi there DBG. I did notice you, but then I was off on a ramble on her, so doesn't have a watch limit. Oh, doesn't have a watch limit. But is a watch, you mean a stream limit, or is a watch limit different to a stream limit, like a time limit? I don't know. Hangouts had the limit, not YouTube. Oh, right. Well, we'll see. Because the person, as I mentioned, the person on Streamyard said you can stream for as long as you want. So, God knows. I don't know. So it's so complicated. Wouldn't more than 8 hours of ads break the internet though? I don't know. It could do. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to ramble. By about 7 hours in, 6 hours in, we'll be bloody mental. Everyone's going to go mentally insane because I'm going to be rambling for so long. My voice is going to have gone. I won't be able to talk. I don't even know I'm going to do it because honestly, I can talk for England, or I can talk a lot, you know, but God, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I really don't. That is why I'm going to have guests on, so that then I can have a break of my voice, and then the guests can speak for a bit and stuff, because it's, God, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. No, ads not good enough. You never... Yeah, I bloody do. I always shout you out. I always say, hi there, DBG. God, honestly. Right, who else? Steve Green's in. Hi there, Steve. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll test it tonight, no worries. You're gonna do a 6-hour stream or something, bloody hell, Tommy. But if anyone knows about the stream limits and stuff, it'll be Tommy, because he does bloody 3-4 hour streams or whatever, so bloody hell, he'll be up on that. Oh yeah, well, I don't know whether you saw that then. You won't be able to see it because it don't come up on the green screen very... Look at how bad that is, it's because the cup's green. But yeah, got my Ads Experience mug there. Oh, it's in focus there. And then it says, now this is the sample one. I ordered it for myself because I didn't know how the printings come out. Now the printings come out, I don't know where you can see it. Printings come out very, very well. Oh, bloody hell, I'm shaking that then. Printings come out very, very well. No, you might not be able to see it very well on camera. But I'm happy with the printing. But it's a bit small, innit? The printing on there. It's not very big. I wanted that a bit, you know, like a little bit bigger. So I've done a different design now and spread it out a bit more. And hopefully the other ones will come out a bit better. I've ordered it as well because I'm the only person who buys my merch. But yeah, so I got my Ads Experience mug there. So I got my merch in my cupboard. I could have, all I need now is get a hat. Although I don't think I have the capability to make hats on Teespring because I think that's like a premium feature or something. I don't know. But I couldn't design them on there a few months ago. So yeah, I could have a little, if I could get one from somewhere, Ads Experience hat, Ads Experience t-shirt, a jumper or something, Ads Experience mug. My God, bloody hell, representing, eh? But yeah, Oh, I sorted all my merch out the other day as well. I'm going to continue with the plugs. I sorted all my merch out yesterday. I redid them all, and what I did was I went on Photoshop, and all the designs I've done, I made them 300 DPI instead of the 72 DPI, because then what'll happen is the printing through Teespring should come out a little bit better, because obviously the original image is of better quality. So yeah, I redid all my merch and I laid it out a bit better on the store and everything. So it didn't take me too long. I think it was most of the morning on, when was that? Tuesday or Wednesday? I think Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 hours on Tuesday, but I'm so glad I did it, because I'm happy. I'm happy with the quality of the merch now. I'm okay for the moment until I want to do something else with it and stuff. But I didn't like some of the merch on there. I didn't feel it was up to the quality that I wanted. So now I've redone that and took a bit of time and stuff. I'm happy now. And as I say, I'm getting a sample of a mug just to make sure that the other designs come out a little bit larger and a little bit better. And I'm getting another sample of a hoodie for the New Age design that I've got. That I'm calling it the New Age design. And I'm getting it where it's... Can you see this here? I'm getting it. So then, you know, we have like a little... You know, all these clothing brands now have a little kind of logo there. I'm getting it there, so it looks pretty cool. I'm more excited for my merch than anyone. I'm my biggest fan. I love it. I buy all my merch. I just love it. I just can't, I just love wearing it around. It's like, oh, I made this. And it's that thing of, I made this. I'm wearing clothing that I kind of designed. Okay, yeah, they produced it and stuff. They kind of... printed it on and stuff. But I designed the thing in Photoshop, and that's cool. So yeah, I can't wait to get them. So I'll show you them when I get them anyway. But yeah, I've sorted it all out. I sorted all my merch out, which is good. Leprechauns aren't bald enough though. Why is it every time about halfway through the stream I look in the chat and there's just weird stuff going on? What's going on? OMG, you really are a leprechaun. Short, tall, bald and a beard. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on in there. Right, let me go up the chat here. See who else is in. Tea Cakes is in. I don't think I've seen them before, so hi there if you're new. We've done 7.5 several times. Never thought about 8, but give it a go tonight. Check when you wake up. You've done 7.5 hours. I saw that one of your streams was like 6, was it? My god, but god, 7.5 hours, wow. Yeah, well, if you're on then, obviously I wake up at 6 or so I'll be able to... What is it for you? It's 5 hours behind for you, isn't it, Tommy? And then 6 for Tracy, so would 6 o'clock be about 1 a.m. for you, and then maybe 12 a.m. for Tracy? Well, I'm guessing Tracy, she wasn't on last night, was she? I've not watched the one from last night, but I saw the thumbnail, and I don't think she was on there. But yeah, I'll chat when I wake up anyway. Because if you're doing 8 hours, you'll probably still be on. Tommy, I woke up at 4 a.m. and ye had finished streaming. Sort it out. Oh, DBG also. Are you a different time to the UK? Or are you the same time to the UK? Because I swear on part of Ireland is 1 hour behind, is it? Am I right in saying that? Is part of Ireland 1 hour behind? But yeah, but if it's not, then you'll be the same as us behind Tommy, won't you? So that'd only be 11 for Tommy if he stopped streaming at 4. Well, I mean, if he stopped streaming at 4 for us. God, these time differences are terrible. So yeah, that's fairly early, because normally he goes on a bit later than that, doesn't he? This stream since 1st of June. I'm just having a look through the chat. One sec. Let's have a look here. What's going on? Yeah, school is back in DBG. Have to pretend to be adults again. Oh, what? Your schools are back in. It's only August. Oh right, yeah, we go back at early September for us, don't we, or something? I don't know. Is it the 7th or the 8th or something around here, or 3rd, 4th, 6th, 7th, 8th? I don't know, something like that. Not been in school for a while. But yeah, see, it still seems a bit early though, 29th of August. Maybe it's different over there. Tap Peddler's in, hi there. Derek, I had to remember your name, and I was like, who's Tap Peddler? I'm like, yeah, that's Derek. Bloody hell, I can't believe I bloody forgot his name then for a second. Right, where are we? I don't think I can see any questions anyway. Oh yeah, Louise went on that little camping break, didn't she? I thought, I didn't see the haul, but I noticed, was it on Instagram or something? Might have been on Instagram, where the background was like a tent or something. So I guess she's done the haul near the tent. I thought I was really cool when I saw it. I thought, what a blooming unique idea that is, doing a little haul outside a tent. That's blooming interesting. I like it when people do that, where they expand the horizons a bit. Instead of just doing like a little haul video in the bedroom or in the office or whatever, or just doing a plain video. You take it outside or take it, just change it up a bit, it's interesting. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about sales, and then we'll just get on with some other stuff, some questions and that. So yeah, sales. Sales have been good this week, for a change. Well, I say for a change, August has been pretty good for me. I have to say, it's been an okay month. For August, and for how bad the rest of it, well, not the rest of the year, but the summer has been for me, August has been pretty on it. It's been pretty okay. There's been a few days here and there when it's been slow, obviously, as you get them every month. But for the majority of the time, it's been alright. This week I did one day that was close to 200. One day that was like 150. One day that was 80 odd. Yesterday was, this is from about Saturday, I think I'm quoting here. Yesterday was very, or was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday was very poor at about, was it 30 quid or something like that, about 30 quid. And then today I've done 80, done pretty much bang on 80 today, and we're on 1 o'clock. So it's been okay this week. Obviously we've had one day, 2 days that haven't been brilliant. But the other days that have been well over 100 have kind of averaged it out. It's not been too bad. So, yeah, it's been alright this week. And it's been, I would say, touch wood. And here we go. Now I'm going to lose it, aren't I? Because I've said it. But last few weeks it's been okay. It's been good. It's been good. But you know what it's like? You get it good for a few weeks and then you're alright. You're thinking things are alright. And then you say it and then it goes bad again. But if it does, that's the nature of things, isn't it? Because I've had it good for a few weeks now. I wouldn't be necessarily surprised that it does go back to being a bit slower. But saying that, it picked up again. Now, this year has seemed very sporadic for me, as it has been for a lot of people. I know a lot of people have been saying, wow, this year's been very odd. Very, very up and down and stuff. And I think I mentioned this in the podcast, actually, about how there's loads of different factors it could be, especially this year with the economic uncertainty and politics and all that sort of stuff. But, it has been a bit weird. But it is funny how in August, now normally every year, for me, don't know whether it is for anyone else, but for me in August it starts to pick up. It's quite regular in that respect. And I don't know why it's regular, because normally, for the most part, reselling isn't very regular. But yeah, in August, most years, pretty much every year, it's picked up for me. And this year it does the same. So that gives me a little bit of promise coming towards quarter four. Oh, well, it's done the same thing as it normally does. So hang on, we might be okay here towards quarter four. It might be all right. But I do mention in the podcast next week. I've just I recorded it this morning, so I've done bloody 2 hours. Well, actually, that podcast was about 1 hour and 20 minutes or something. So I've done that, and then I've done an hour and odd on this talking today. So my voice will be going again later on. Whenever I do about 2-3 hours of talking on YouTube in a day, and then do my normal talking anyway. God, my voice does start to go. You have to have plenty of drinks. But yeah, so I do a bit of talking in that about my plans for next year. So if you're interested in that, because obviously the topic is what do you want for reselling, or no, what's the topic? I've got it here. One sec. Is it here? Knowing what you want from reselling. That was the topic. So obviously, at the start of that, I was going to say, what do I want from reselling? Because I'm selfish like that. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to screw everyone else for a moment. At the start of the podcast, I'll say what I want from reselling. So I got into a bit of myself, and then I went more generally kind of thing on the podcast. So I did that, and I went into a bit of detail on what I want next year, and sort of a few little plans and stuff I have. And So I'm not going to go into. I was almost a minute ago going to backtrack and just basically say what I said in the podcast, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let you wait till the podcast. But all I'm going to say is, if you want to know a bit about that and some of my plans moving forward and a bit of my very, very basic sort of analysis or look over this year as well for me and how that's been and stuff, then obviously watch the start of that podcast. I think it's maybe the first 15 minutes or so of that podcast that I discuss that. And yeah, so I've got that, and it'll be interesting, I think, for a few people just to listen to that and see where I'm at. And then obviously if we want to continue listening to the podcast, then we can do so. And obviously next week it is all about what you want from reselling and stuff, and knowing where you are essentially with it and what you want out of it. August going to be a huge month for me, and July was fire as well. Wow, that's interesting, isn't it? It might be different over. I wonder if the same kind of seasonal changes are okay, are the same in all the different countries for each other. Of course, Q4 is going to be a given that it's going to pick up all around the world, but little subtle changes. Like, for example, some people over in this country say that, sometimes May can be a really good month for whatever, and not everyone, but a lot of people say that it can be a good month. So I wonder if that's the same in other countries, or whether there's different months of the year that do well for. And again, it's hard to define really, because there's so many different niches that you're selling in and stuff that you can't really define it 100%. But it would just be interesting to on a general scale see. It's not necessarily of much importance, but it's just it'd just be fun or interesting for me to see really. Now kids are back to school everywhere. What do you mean everywhere? So they're already back to school in August? I thought it was bloody September. What's going on? Are they shortening the kids' holidays again? The poor little buggers. I tell you, all they want to do, all these bloody teachers want to do is short of blowing governments or whatever it is. Maybe not the teachers, but the bloody governments. Want to do is shorten these poor little kids' holidays. They can't go out there on the little rope swings anymore. And so, don't you remember when you were a kid, when in the summer holidays, when it was bloody awesome? You'd go in the rivers, you'd go blooming walking for hours, and then you'd be bloody so thirsty, and you'd be so hungry, and then you'd run back home, and you're like, oh God, bloody hell, I need food. You're out there all day, hot summer's day, all with like a gang of people. I used to love that. All these kids are now, they're not getting that anymore, partly because of technology. I was lucky because I didn't have a phone till I was 13, 14 or so, and that was when it was basic phones anyway. Well, not really basic, but, not as they are today. They were a little bit crapper, as most of you will be aware, because you're all older than me. But, so I was lucky because I just got that. I got that kind of normal childhood before technology kind of thing, or not really impeded too much by technology. But yeah, they're not getting that. And it's not just the technology, it's the fact that look at them bloody taking all the holidays off them, saying, right, we're going to shorten it by a week this year, lads. Bloody hell. Oh, I tell you. Isn't it horrible? Poor little kids. Right, where are we now? I'm hoping that get rid of all my M&S women's jackets when all the kids are back. M&S women's jackets. I think what you sell makes sales consistent as I change what I buy seasonally. You're very true, Tommy. Definitely it is down to what you sell. I've found that this year massively. Obviously, I've had a lot of experience, or I had quite a bit of experience with reselling over the past 4 years, and I've done different things, and I've been able to learn a lot of these lessons. But then when you do other things and you go down other paths, you kind of understand these lessons in a new dimension. You really start to fully realise. Me going down the antiques route, of course I'd done video games and I'd done toys and games and I'd done electronics and things in the past. But those were all fairly consistent sellers. I'd never gone into a niche that's a little bit slower selling like antiques and collectibles. So when I did that last year and into this year as well now, I've really noticed the difference in what the items you sell make, like really from first-hand experience, not from necessarily, other people's experience telling me, oh, well, this is how it is, from a long period, long term, last 12 or 18 months of doing antiques and collectibles, well, not necessarily long term, but short term, medium term, let's say, of realising, wow, actually, moving from something like toys and games to antiques and collectibles, there's a vast difference, really, and you really need to be aware of that, and you really need to have a bit of a plan of where you're going to get these consistent sales from, because unless you're going to have a lot of listings for antiques and collectibles, or you're going to go into the high end of them, you're going to have to be careful, because your sales can surely dwindle. So yeah, and I touch more upon this in the podcast, so I'm not going to go into it any further. I didn't say anything about the podcast then, about what was on the podcast really, but I can see myself getting into it, and I'm just going to repeat myself, so I'm not gonna do it. Right then, thank you very much, Bumcrap Picker. I saw that you had put that link to my merch in before. Actually, I'm going to click through because I want to just double check how the layout is. There's something annoying me on the layout. There's one mug in the wrong position and I can't get it in the right position on the bloody... I've got OCD or something, I don't know. But I hate it. I bloody hate it. And yes, you can take the mick out of me saying hate it rather than hate it, but that's okay. There's a bloody mug right in the middle. I was meant to have all these things squared off in lines of clothing. So the black line, the blue line of clothing, the green line of clothing, and then the mugs and the cushions and stuff and the bags at the end. And bloody hell, my God, I buy one of my mugs and then what it does, it must be some sort of search ranking thing. The mug, Teespring puts the mug further up in my store than I wanted it, and then it ruins all my layout. I'm like, for God's sake, I spent so long doing that. I spent so long doing my layout. Because if you don't know, Teespring is, it's terrible for sorting your layout out on your store. They really need to get it sorted, like how easy it is to actually sort it, because it's so goddamn hard at the moment. But yeah, so I got, well, actually, can I share screen? Share screen? Screen share? Can I do that? Let's have a check here. Are we okay? There's nothing incriminating, is there, on here? No, we're okay, right. Let me go up here. Right, so here we are on my merch store. So look, it's got a nice little logo here. Look at that nice little logo. Now, I wanted that bigger, but it wouldn't go bigger. Now, yes, you can have a logo below the all products bit, but then that was too big. So you can't, this is the other thing with Teespring, you can't get it right. You either have it too small or too bloody big. But anyway, so here's the Ads Experience merch store. So we've got, these are the new age design here, because I've not really done a promo of these, have I? Not like a full in-depth promo-y thing. So this is the new age design here. And there's my little one that I've got. I've got this one with the little logo here, which is a bit more obscure, or not inconspicuous, but you know what I mean? A bit more, what's the word? Just nice, not too in your face. So we've got the new age design here. These are probably my favourites. We've got the new double-sided Ads Experience mug, which should be bigger than, one sec, let me flip back onto me for a sec. It should be a bigger design than this here. That should be, the one on the other mug should be a little bit bigger than that. So I've actually bought one of those to check it out. So before, so that then before loads of sales come in. Oh no, wait, I am on me, right. Before loads of sales come in, I've sorted it. Anyway, and I've got my sample. So, we'll go back to computer. So, then these are the original logos. So, these are my old logos. And they're still quite nice. Now, I would, if I was you, if you're buying these, I would obviously stick with the new age ones. Or these ones down here, the contemporaries. But these are nice too. But I'm just not as much of a fan of these. But then we've got the contemporary, which is the rainbow style logo with the white in the middle, of the writing. Then we've got the brand new reseller toolkit line. Look at this. We've got reseller toolkit line. Look at this reseller toolkit products. I was fast on that one. Wanna bloody hell get them in there. So we've got a reseller toolkit mug there. And then we've got the reseller toolkit tote bag. Then we've got the original design tote bag. Then we've got the new age tote bag. And then we've got the Ads Experience cushion there as well. Because everyone needs a little thing to rest their bum on or their head on or whatever. I was going to that would have been funny if I put my head design on that one or something. And then people are sitting on my head or something. That would be funny. No, wait. Oh, God, no. There's a worse thing than that, isn't there? I could say, people are sitting on my face. Oh God, that's innuendo. so that is all over. But yeah, so one sec, let me get back to the chat. So yeah, that is my little merch promo type thing. I'm just having a look in the chat. Right, so we've got Z in the chat. Hi there, Z. I did see you before, but I just didn't shout you out because I was too busy looking at my own merch. Niches can be tough but not if you have... Oh my god, why is everyone... Oh my god, the chat's jumping. Right, okay, one sec. Niches can be tough, but not if you have cash flow, as in any niche there will be fast selling. Yeah, there is, and I don't want to give the impression that in antiques and collectibles, it's an entirely slow niche. There are fast selling items. It's just I don't sell the fast selling items. I sell all the slow selling stuff, because all the main bread and butter ceramics that I sell, you know, the Art Deco stuff, the more, you know, I sell like some mugs and stuff as well, and I sell meat plates, and I sell teapots, and I sell you know, loads of studio pottery as well. And generally the lower bread and butter items that I sell on that are very slow selling. Now you can get fantastic quick results from slightly higher value studio pottery, and which I do pick up every now and then. I actually just sold something a couple of days ago for 40 quid. Now it wasn't a really fast seller, but it was a better value item, and I only paid like 3 quid for it as well, so I wasn't too bad with that. But you can get better results, and if the higher value you go, which is odd actually this, but the higher value you go and the more desirable and slightly more obscure those items, well not obscure, but slightly more interesting those items are, sometimes you'll find with those items they're actually quicker selling because more people are after them. But it has to be certain, like maybe architectural salvage would come into that. Oh, I don't know, maybe advertising signs, again, they would fit that bill. So they're a bit slightly uncommon or rare for higher value, but they go quicker than the bread and butter items, which is odd, because normally higher value items take longer to sell generally, when, you know, in most niches. So, no, I don't want to give that impression that antiques and collectibles are slow. It's just the stuff that I deal with in them is slow, because I've chose to go down that route. It's no fault but my own. So therefore, that's why I talk about in the podcast about some of the ways that I'm looking to correct what's happened this year in my business. And I talk about what's kind of happened and correct it next year. Go from basically right now and going to car boots more and correcting it into next year. But as I say, I won't speak any more about that because it's all in the podcast to come. By the end of this video, I'll have probably spoke all about it, wouldn't I? So, bloody hell. Anyway, let me have a look. I'm just having a look in the chat. I don't know. I'm trying to find some questions, but I don't think anyone's got any questions. Since those that privately, BCB... Niches are definitely going to have ups and downs here. Yeah, niches, yeah, I would have said so. Especially if you're selling... That's part of the problem for me, actually, being so heavy into antiques and collectibles at the moment. And I think that's what Zahir is touching on as well in his comments there. The fact that, you know, I'm pretty much all in antiques and collectibles, just like Z is pretty much all in RC parts, or for the most part is in that. That's why it does have these swings. Whereas, if you maybe go a bit broader, I mean, antiques and collectibles is quite broad, but I'm quite narrow in the niche, really. I mean, yeah, okay, I sell the metalware, and then I sell the ceramics, and then I sell a few other bits and bobs, paintings, I do a few paintings, but I think what I need is some more toys or something like that, just to give a little bit of balance and a little bit more consistency. And it's funny, actually, because since going back to the car boots about 4 weeks ago and listing stuff, you know, listing more toys and stuff, it's not necessarily that all the toys are selling, or all the, you know, things I'm getting from the car boots are selling, but they are actually having a positive impact on my store, because more of the other stuff is selling anyway, because of that, because of these new toys and games coming on. And obviously some of the toys and games are selling as well. So yeah, so I think that there is something to that as well, you know, just going outside your niches a bit and doing a few other bits and bobs outside. And this is what I used to always do. I used to be very, very generalist. I didn't used to be all antiques or all collectibles or anything like that, but now I'm more so antiques and collectibles than other things. I do have other things in my store, but it's mainly about antiques and collectibles, and that seems to be the point of which has transformed my business into maybe one of even more sporadic sales, of even more ups and downs and stuff. So yeah. You guys have merch by Amazon. That's the ticket. Yeah, we have. Well, I don't think I don't know whether you. I don't know. I was thinking you were maybe meaning about the merch there, but no. We do have merch by Amazon. I did it. I tried it for about 4 months or so. I had about 100 designs up on it, and I did them all on Photoshop. My God, I took so long doing that, and it didn't even equate. It didn't even equate into anything. I maybe made about $30 worth of sales on it. But you have to do these things, don't you, until I have this compulsion of doing something because it might turn out into something good, and I've got to do it. I can't not do it. Really, it would just be better half the time just to not do it and put my time into something better. But I have this compulsion, and I did that merch by Amazon for a while. And I got a few sales, I'd say I made like $30, $40 or whatever it was, something like that. And yeah, I did 100 designs. It took God knows how many hours to do all them designs. And yeah, it just didn't come into anything really. And I left my designs on there, and yeah, I just didn't really get any sales. And then they all obviously came off after a while. But yeah, we do have merch. We had to apply for it. I remember it was God, this must have been 2016 or something. Maybe even 2016 I think this was, maybe 2017. We had to apply for it, and then you wait so long, and then you get your invitation accepted, and then we were selling shirts to the US, and now I think that you can sell shirts to various different countries, or at least we can now start to sell shirts in the UK, although obviously I don't do it anymore, but yeah, so that's what happened with that. And everyone, I remember in the UK reselling community, everyone was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get, an invitation accepted to merch, and everyone jumped on it, including me, all in the same 6 months or 12 months. And then obviously certain people have flourished with it, and others it wasn't for them. And for me, I thought I did alright on it. I thought my designs were okay. I mean, some of them were pretty crap, but then others were pretty good, so it averaged out. And I thought I was okay with it, but it seems that no one wanted me designs, so yeah, that's how it went. And I thought, well, obviously there's obviously better people out there than me who design these t-shirts, so I'm just going to leave it at the door. It's not something that I was, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't something that I was really, really hell-bent on doing. I didn't have as much passion for it as just selling on eBay or something like that. So, yeah, it kind of came and went, that, and then a lot of people I think had kind of just walked away from it, and as I say, there will have been a few people who have flourished on it as well, but yeah. Let me have a check in the old chat. Oh god, it's just jumped on me again there. Also, how many people are now using the trending rate of promoted listings? I never look at the trending. Right, okay, well, maybe I was quick to judge there, or quick to say there, but I look at the trending rates, but I just apply a set rate. That's all. I don't go through and do all the trending rates. And I've had good successful promoted lists. When was it? I think it was start of 2018. I started using it, or maybe mid 2018 or something. I've been using it for a long time anyway. Or was it January of this year? Oh, I don't know. I've been using it for a long time, but I swear it was like 2018 sometime. And I've had good success with it, and I just do a standard rate. I don't do this 1% thing. I know I probably should, and I'm maybe losing a bit of money because I'm not doing it. But, to be honest, I've had good success with it. I have a good bunch of my sales through it. Now, yes, I know there's a whole thing about, your fees to eBay and stuff, and you're giving them more fees and stuff. I've touched on that so many times in the past, so I'm not going to touch on it here. But yes, there is a whole debate about that, and about how the fact, we shouldn't be giving eBay more fees and stuff from it, and that's where all this 1% has come about, and set your ad rate to 1% and all that sort of stuff. But I've had good success with it, whatever the case may be. I don't look at the trending stuff. All I do is just glance down very quickly. What it has on it has those little red things and then those little green things, doesn't it? For if your fixed ad rate is over or below the trending ad rate of that specific item. So what I do is I just go down very quickly, and so long as most of them are in the green, I'm happy with that, and then I just move on and just set up that campaign. I'm not gonna go so then all of them are in the green or anything like that, because if I did that, I'd have to set my bloody ad rate at like 10% or 12%. I'm like, I don't want to spend that much. I like between. I think I've done. I don't know. Did I try the one? I don't know whether I have ever tried the 1% actually. Something feels like I have, but maybe I haven't. But I think I go between 5 and 8%, and then it depends. Sometimes I go on like 5 or 6%. Other times I go on 7, 8%, and that's what I do. And it works for me. It seems to be okay for me. As I say, might be worth me trying the 1%, but I've not done it. I've not partaken in that or anything. But you never know. It might be worth me doing that. But yeah, so that's basically that. But I don't use the trending ad rates thing. Right, let me have a look. So you promote and start new ones daily. I'm gonna have to try that. Geez, so you wait, who's that now? Who said that? Spent most of the morning trying to resolve my first pack link. What's pack link, Gary? I don't know what pack. I'm guessing it's a shipping service, obviously, but I've never heard of that at all. That's interesting. I use a flat 11.3%. God, that's paying a lot to eBay. Bloody hell. Any promoted longer than 48 hours is useless. You know what, Tommy? I would agree with that. I don't know whether I agree with 48 hours, but certainly after about 5 days, they seem to drop off. This is why my sales have returned to normal. Because what I'm doing now is and I've heard this from groups in the past, but I've just never bothered doing it because I always forget. But if you keep renewing your promoted listings very, very often within that 5 days, really ideally maybe 2 or 3 days, but I do it about 5, 6 days. But this is why over the last month my sales have been really good. Not only this, but I've done send offers to watchers. I've got my multi-buy running. I did a sale not long ago, maybe a month or so ago. But I've done loads of different things, and that's one of them. And obviously, I've been doing more consistent auctions as well, which I think have been bringing in more people to my store. But yeah, I've really found that when you do, you've got to keep on them promoted listings. There's no point doing promoted listings and then not renewing it for 30 days. Because what you'll find is you might get an influx of sales for first few days, but then it'll just drop off. So, yeah, and that's what I've found. I actually didn't do promoted, right, so this is a funny thing. I had promoted listings turned off, right? Now, I've had promoted listings turned on for months and months and months. I forgot to do it one week. I ended my campaigns on promoted listings and forgot to redo the campaigns 1 week. And that happened for about 3 weeks where I had promoted listings not running. Those were the worst 3 weeks for God knows how long. So, it definitely is the fact that this promoted listing, it's basically a must these days. Or if it's not a must, you're going to have certain things in your store that are very, very naturally fast sellers. Like, certain toys and games, or possibly certain items of clothing, maybe. I know there's certain people who are clothing sellers who have said that they don't use promoted listings and their sales are fine. But for me, God, when I don't use promoted listings, they are gone. My sales are shot. So, yeah, I mean, it might just be that I'm selling antiques and collectibles and therefore it needs that boost, I don't know, but God, yeah, my sales are shot when I don't use it, so, yeah, but I don't do as I say, I don't really do the whole trending ad rates thing to much extent. I end and renew promoted listings at 1% all the time. Well, I might, you know what, I think really I should do that. I think really I should at least try that. And then if it doesn't work for me, or I don't like it, I can then mouth off about it and say, oh, well, I didn't really like that, or it wasn't really impacting my store in a positive way or anything. So, you know what I'm going to do? Next time I do promoted listings, I'm going to try it, and I'm going to see. I'm going to see what happens with that. And obviously, it'll save me a bit of money anyway, because obviously I'm paying a bit more in fees. So, we'll see with that anyway. Ads, pack link replaced Shuttle. Well, I never really use Shuttle, so I wouldn't have known that. I did use it from time to time, but I thought it was alright, I thought it was okay, but I don't know, I just feel, what for me is a big one, and I did enjoy, the user interface, or the user It's a user interface. Yeah, it's UI, isn't it? User interface on Shuttle, you know, the little screens that you come across. They were okay, but I just was never really getting to grips. I was like, oh, well, I don't particularly like you. So, because for me, I'm a bit of a prude. I like, I only visit websites and use websites if they've got a good user interface, if they've got a good website layout and all that sort of stuff, and they're easy to navigate. I don't use websites if they're not easy to navigate. I don't do it. I don't do it. So if you're a web designer and you're you know, maybe not brilliant at it, to me, I won't use the site, you know, because I feel you need to have a certain level of quality with it. And yeah, okay, I might just be being a prude or whatever, but that's my opinion, you know, on it. That's what I like. So I won't use certain sites. Now, I'm not to say that Shuttle was that bad. It was actually okay, the user interface, but I just didn't like the user interface as much as the Royal Mail one or Hermes one. Now that could be not necessarily just to the user interface, but also just for my inability to want to change over to that. But I don't know, it just felt, when I was using it, it just felt, it just didn't feel right for me. I felt like Royal Mail, Click and Drop and Hermes have always been right for me. I like those interfaces. I like the way they're set up. I definitely like the whole efficiency. I don't know whether you can probably do this with Shuttle actually. But from a standpoint of Hermes, I liked the fact, you know, that you can print your labels off in the fours, and you've got a nice little import row, and they're all rowed up nicely, and you can click onto them, and you can select your weights really easily, and all that sort of stuff. The only thing I don't like about Hermes, which is a problem that most people come across and that's been there for quite a while, I don't know, there might be a way around this that maybe I'm oblivious to, but as far as I'm aware, you have to still copy across your GSP orders. So if you've got a GSP order, you have to copy it across, and that's what I do. Now there might be someone who can illuminate me on that, and maybe there's a way around it, and if there is, I'll be grateful for anyone who can tell me that, because it'll speed up the process a bit. But it's not very, it doesn't take long to copy them across, and I get a few GSP orders, but pretty much every time I have a Hermes order, one GSP will be in there, or possibly there might not be one time or a couple of times, but generally there'll be one in there. So yeah, you know, I just like Hermes interface, and I like the Royal Mail interface as well. Right then, Jennifer's in the chat. Hi there. I don't think anyone else has joined us anyway. Chris B's joined, I think, earlier on, so hi there. I know I didn't say hi. I've stopped using promoted, especially. So how are your sales doing with promoted then, Chris? Because I'd like to know that, because I only use in crowded categories. If the price is right, they will find it without, I think. Yeah, possibly. Now, I have all these theories on eBay, and the fact that, you know, I'm a conspiracy theorist, because you know why I'm I'm not, I'd say I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm not a complete conspiracy theorist. I don't mean to the levels that certain people are. But I'm high in openness, as many people will know, and that means I have a tendency to connect abstract ideas quite easily. And it seems very, very apparent to me, with someone high in openness, that eBay are stifling our accounts, right? Stifling our listings, making us use promoted listings, right? To then get us out there a little bit, which they shouldn't be doing. They should just automatically have us out there perfectly fine, or in front of everyone, fine, perfectly. Now, I'm not saying they're hiding all about our listings completely, but I'm sure there's a bit of trickery going on there. Then they make us use promoted listings. Oh, right, you're going to put a 10% ad rate on. Brilliant, yeah. Now we'll give you all the sales. And then we give you all the sales, and then and your account's okay for a bit. But, right, essentially, what's happening here is I just feel there's something, right? Because when you don't use promoted, your sales go right down. What is that all about? Yeah, okay, people will say to me, oh, well, it's because eBay aren't promoting your listings. Yes, but, like, I think it's something. I think it's... Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, I didn't miss it. Oh, Zahir. Oh, thank you very much for... 1 sec. I'll just click it up here. A little thanks for the knowledge, but oh no, you don't need to do that, Zahir. But I'm very grateful anyway. I just love doing it for people. I just generally love doing it for people, And I'm glad that you managed to... Oh, the video was very good as well. I did watch that video. You know what you could start doing? You could start doing little comedy short type things, like 1 minute, 2 minute ones, because people really enjoyed not just that one, but the next one you did as well. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate it, Z, so thank you very much. But no, I just feel, as I say, that there's something I can just connect it so much, and it's all this facelessness that eBay have now. Okay, it's not that faceless anymore because obviously I've met with not met, but I've been through video chat with different eBay representatives. I've had phone calls with eBay representatives, all that sort of stuff. So it's not faceless, but it just seems like there could be a niggle there. You know what I mean? That corporation kind of thing. I don't know. But of course, my stance is very liberal, is very kind of hippie-ish. So of course I'm going to think like that, like the big corporation is going to kind of penetrate us and not be looking out for the little guy. And obviously, with the way I am, I'm always going to be suspecting of that. So I have a generalised bias towards that. Therefore, my view can't ever be completely validated because of that bias. But of course, we all have that subjective bias to one degree or another, so it's hard for anyone's viewpoint to be completely, clinical in such a way. But it just seems like it for me. And I know that I'm not the only one who thinks like this, but it just seems it. Why would that happen? Why, you know what I mean? Because some days you get like no sales or hardly any sales. It's like, why? Why is it so light? But it just, yeah. It just seems... And I know there's a very, very valid and very, very strong argument, possibly even a stronger argument than, this kind of idea of eBay stifling, in the fact that, well, you've got, let's say, 1,000 items on eBay, not everyone's on eBay all the time. It might just be so that you don't have as many sales one day. That's an extremely, extremely valid argument that no one would ever... disrebuke or anything like that, but something just niggles at me to say there's something, but yeah, I don't know, but I think it's just sort of the glamour of it as well, like thinking that there is something, you know what I mean, just thinking, maybe there is something, maybe something is afoot. It's just interesting to me as well. But anyway, we shall go up the chat again. I'm going to leave in a second as well, because we'll get into the hour. I think we're just going over the hour in a minute. I have a note. Afternoon ads and chat a bit low. I have a note. What do you have a note for? You got a note from a doctor or something to tell me, oh, right, I have a note. I was late for a reason. I'm 75% clothing now, mainly for storage issues. I would do clothing, but I just can't be bothered. I don't know how these people do it on the mannequin. I don't know how Steve does it, or all these, women who are doing the clothing. I don't know how they do it on the mannequins. It's such a bloody bee-ache. You know what I mean when I say that. But yeah, it's such a bee-ache to do that on the mannequin. Can you imagine, like, putting it all on, buttoning it all up, like if you've got a shirt or something? How do people do that? I have so much respect for people, because it's like, how do you do that? It's not like putting a piece of... Right, I put like a meat plate on the photo area. Boom. Turn it over. Boom. Do a little rule measurement. Boom. And then do a little boom on the, on the... what do you call it? On the logo, on the logo. And then if there's any flaws or stuff, I'll do another couple of pictures or whatever it may be. I might do 1 or 2 close-ups. But that's it. That's all I do. And then it's done. And then it's on to the next one. And there's no cleaning in that. Normally, the ceramics that I get in, they're fairly well kept and everything. So it's literally bang on the photo area. Doom, doom, doom. You know what I mean? That's why I like antiques, because there's no really... Yes, there's certain antiques that you will have to clean up and stuff. And there's certain bits of pottery that I end up having to clean up. But for the most part, if they're fairly well kept and everything, it's like boom, 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 boom. You don't need to do anything. All these like video games sellers and electronic sellers and clothing sellers and all this. It's like, God, how do you do all that testing and cleaning and measuring and putting it on the mannequins and stuff? And this is why I get so much sealed stuff these days as well, because I'm lazy. I can't be bothered. I'm the first to say this. I can't be bothered picking something up that I need to test. I can't be bothered picking something up that I need to do something with. I don't even like picking up board games anymore. I do it occasionally, but I don't like picking up board games anymore if I can avoid it, because I'm like, oh, well, I've got to test that. I like things that I can whack on the photo area, do a few pictures, get them listed, you know what I mean? So yeah, if anyone does clothing and stuff, it's like, whoa, you're working hard, you know. But to them, obviously, it's not hard work. To them, what I do, measuring ceramics and doing little bits like that, that might be a bit more hard work for them, because they've not got much interest in my items. But I don't know, but yeah, it just seems like what I do is so easy, you know, it's just so easy. But yeah, I just make it easy for myself because I'm just so lazy. Right, I'm just going to go up the chat. God, there's so much chat that I've not even read yet. Run a 3-day promoted watch. Day 1, 100%. Day 2, 50%. Also have to schedule them. I don't know what you mean. Promoted watch. Day 1, 100%. I don't get what you mean. You're not meaning promoted listings, are you? Surely, because if you ran at 100%, you wouldn't get any money, would you? So I don't think you're meaning that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Promoted bumps the whole store, but not every sale is off promoted. Maybe 15 to 25%, depending on. So not sure why people are scared of big promotions. What? I don't get it. So you're meaning you run a promotion at 100%, but if you run a promotion at 100%, surely on the items you're not making any money because it's all going to eBay, right? You can't mean that. I must be getting it wrong. I must be getting this wrong here. I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably getting it wrong. There must be something to it than that. Nah, definitely losing sales without promoted. I can prove it. Drop a sore link and I'll show you how much you lose real quick. Yeah, I know you lose money. I know you lose sales and stuff. But it's whether that's just a natural thing from, you know, just eBay promoting your listings and stuff, or whether it's actually that eBay's kind of putting a little hand in kind of thing, saying, oh, well, we're going to drop you down, right down, because some days for me have been terrible when I've not been on promoted. We're going to really stifle your store, so that then we're pressuring you into promoted listings again, and then once you're on, it's like a drug. It's like a drug. Oh, you know, your dealer comes round and he starts, well, I don't know, because I've never had a dealer that I want to put out there. I'm just saying what I think would happen. Dealer comes round and he starts pressuring you a little bit. Oh, you know, you've not bought something in a while. Do you want to buy it? Do you want to buy it? A bit of peer pressure. Oh, you want to buy something? You want to buy? And then he maybe takes away your supply for a few. He maybe goes off on holiday for a few weeks once he's hooked you in. And then you're gagging for it. You're like, oh God, I've got to get me weed, or I've got to get me coke, or whatever it is. And then what's happening is when he comes back, you're like, yeah, give me it, like that. You know what I mean? So it's like eBay stifling you really low down. You're like, oh my God, I've got to get sales. I'm not going to live. And then they're like, right, you know, come over here to promoted. Come on, look at this shiny object here. Come over here to oh yeah, I'll go over there, and then we put you on a, you know, you put yourself on a 5% or 10% weight because you're just thinking, oh my God, if I put myself on 1%, I'm not going to get enough sales, so I'm going to have to go 5% or 10%. So then you go for that, and then suddenly, oh, your sales come back in. Oh, it's too genius. These buggers at eBay are doing this. Oh my God, it's all connecting in my mind. All these things. It's too easy. We must be doing it. They must be. The buggers. God, I'm too good. I'm too analytical. I know this. I know it, the buggers. But I'm still going to use promoted. And I'm still going to sell on eBay because, well, you know, it's alright. I don't mind. You know, maybe if they are doing that, you know, then that's what they're doing. What you do about it? They're doing that. Let's say if they are doing that, they're doing that because they can. They wouldn't do it if they couldn't do it. They wouldn't do it if they think they couldn't get away with it. They're doing it because they can, if they are so doing it. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and if so, I retract my statement and I say, well, my analytical mind this time was wrong. But to be honest, it seems a little bit funny, the connections, you know what I mean? Now, it's not a wholly connected grid, because there are little holes in my connection. There's maybe 1 or 2 little holes in my connection, because it could be the fact that when you just stop promoted, all that natural kind of takedown of your sales is just simply natural. But it does seem to me that when you stop promoted, your sales do go down, and they stay down for such a long time. But it seems like it's some sort of pressure. Like, it's not just a natural kind of go down from promoted listings. It feels like it's something stifling you. It actually feels like that. It genuinely feels, if you've not got promoted on, you've had it on for a while in the past, it feels like you're being stifled. That's what it feels like. And I'm always one to go with my gut feeling, because your gut feelings can't be ignored, you know. Sometimes it's wrong, of course, but, you know, it's a good bet to go with your gut. So, yeah, I don't know. I know everyone probably thinks I'm mental. Well, everyone thinks I'm mental after yesterday, no doubt, anyway, after the comedy short. But most people think I'm mental even more after saying that, probably. But I mean, I know there's some people, you know, who may agree with me on that, or may have some counter theories to argue. But yeah. Also, the most important video Zahir has ever made. Thanks, ads, game changer. Yeah, lol. That was fun. I thought, oh my god, he's gonna get... When I watched it, I was like, oh god, what's he done? He's gonna get loads of dislikes on this, because if you put a video title like that, and then it's not a serious video, people lose their crap. They go insane, they're like, why have you done it? And he did get quite a few dislikes on it, but he did get, in fairness, he got quite a few likes on it, so I think people got it. But I know all that all too well from doing the comedy shorts and stuff. So, yeah, I was like, God, I hope it's okay. I hope it kind of goes down all right. It's like yesterday when I put the title of my comedy short as making my channel go viral, and it was just a silly video. You know, it was just a random, silly, stupid, sporadic video. Obviously, people don't like that, you know. But I knew that was the only way to get the views, because if I put like a fairly comedy short channel changes, you know, I'd probably get half the views. So you got to do a bit of that. And it wasn't necessarily clickbait, because I still had channel change. I still had some information in there, but it was just the way it was presented was completely nonsensical and stuff, which was partly the point, and I get that my regulars got that, and that's cool. So yeah. But it was funny. I'm hoping I can get it to 50 dislikes. I had that figure in my... I think I'm up to about 42 dislikes now. If I can get it to 50, I'll be so happy, because I'll be like, yeah, I've reached my goal. I think I might have 50 dislikes on a video in the past, but it'd just be cool to get just 50 dislikes on that video. I knew I'd get loads of dislikes on that video. Like, as soon as I made it, I knew. But God, it's funny, innit? Right then, where are we? Nah, definitely losing sales. Let me just go down this very quickly. Jennifer, ad sounds like me and my conspiracy theories. I've heard loads of people say these, you know, loads of people have talked about these. Although eBay isn't a conspiracy, they make it very clear in their earning call that promoted listings on their key are their key to increasing profit. Exactly. They've got motivation to make us use promoted listings. So why aren't they going to do little tricks that will make us use them? You know, they're going to do everything they can to bleed us dry of as much money as we can spare without making us go bankrupt and making us move off the platform. They're going to get away with as much as they can. Don't you put it past a corporation that they're not going to do that. Trust me, they will. So yeah, but I'm not saying it definitely is what they're doing. I'm just saying that, God, for me personally, there is a huge possibility that they are. And certain eBay reps will tell you that they aren't doing that, but they're probably not in the know. You know, you have to go right high up. It'll only be like the big bosses who know this, or maybe like one rung down or two rungs down from the big bosses in the hierarchy, and then it'll all be hush hush kind of thing, so it don't get out. But yeah, the big boss, oh yeah, we're doing that. You know, you go into their bloody office or whatever and you question them a bit and you get a bit out of them. Oh yeah, we're doing that kind of thing. Bloody hell, yeah, just to put more bloody money in your back pockets and take it out of our bloody little pockets. You know, it's like, come on, mate. Jesus. Anyway, but that's business, innit? That's what people do. It's terrible, really, innit? But that's business. If you don't like it, you can get out, kind of thing. Right, let me go down. I'm going to get off in a minute anyway. We've been over an hour. I've been doing 2-hour streams of these recently. It's ridiculous. I'm the same way, ads. I can't be bothered. If it's less than $20 or $30 in profit, I have enough junk in my store. Why? Did I say it was $20, $30? I don't know what I've said. But no, I do anything above a tenner plus postage. So in your money now, it's almost 1-to-1 in it now. I'm going to go on GBP. Now, it used to be that £10 plus postage, 13 quid, would be about $18 or something at one point. But now it's basically 1-to-1 in it. Oh no, it's not 1-to-1. Someone said to me it was bloody 1-to-1. Who said it was 1-to-1? Oh no, it's not 1-to-1. It's $16. So basically, to convert it into your money for you, I do anything $16 and above. That's including postage, including shipping. So $16 and above. And obviously in this country we just have I suppose you would call it a flat rate scheme where it's just the same price. So it's the same postage to wherever you post in the UK. I think that's the same price to some of the Channel Islands as well, which are a few little islands around the country. But it might be different for one or two of them, I'm not sure. But yeah, so $16 including shipping and up. And that's my minimum. And most of my items, my average comes in at about 20 quid. So what's 20 quid? Plus postage, of course. So let's just say 20. That's $25. So my average comes in... No, wait, actually, I'm going to go on PayPal and check. We're doing live checks here. I think it's actually a bit higher than 20. But it might have gone down. I don't know. I think it was 20. Was it 20? I told you ages ago, you lot, didn't I? But it was around 20. Or was it 18? I don't know. We might get a supplies anyway. Let's see if we get a supplies. 28 quid. I don't know. It's not 28 quid. No way. I've been selling so much low value stuff recently. Well, actually, no. I've had a couple of higher value sales, but not many. Oh, it takes forever, doesn't it? Zahir, is it custom or quick reports? I always forget. This is the page where I come on. I'm like, oh crap. Zeal, no. But right, I'm gonna go quick. Oh god, is it alright one? It's like cutting a red wire this on a bomb. Jesus. Wait, I think we're right. Oh god, are we right? Shit, we're right. Oh crap, we're right. It's lively. Oh no! Damn! I'm on 19 quid average sale. God, I swear I was on 20 or 21. I swear I was on 21. No, that's past 30 days though. Let's go 2019. Oh yeah, it's still £19. But yeah, 2019. Past 90 days, what's that? £19, I guess. Yeah, 19 quid, yeah. So, 19 quid. My aim for this year was, I was on the board. I think I wanted to get it up to like 25 quid, but that, it's looking a bit, like that. But, yeah, 19 quid. So, again, about $22, $23, my average. But then, obviously, I sell a few items that are 30, 40, 50 quid, and then I sell a few less, or quite a lot less than that, of course, to average it out. But yeah, that's my average sale price at the moment. Oh, we got Tracy in. Hey, ads, my friend, how are you? I'm doing good. Yeah, we're just all on. It must be, what time is it for you? About, it's 8 o'clock or something for you, isn't it? You grow your own, don't you, ads? What? Grow my own what? Grow my own what? What are you on about? Grow my own what? Grow my own veg? What is that in relation to? How am I meant to know what that is in relation to? You grow your own? Is this something in the chat that I'm missing here? What? I grow my own? Oh, you gotta clarify that, Z. It's gonna drive me mad that you grow your own. I guess it's veg. I honestly don't know. What do you think of Gary V? Now that's a very good question. Did I elaborate last week what I thought of Gary V? I elaborated last week what I thought of Gary V, which is very annoying. But it was a 2-hour stream last week or whatever it was, or an hour and 15. So I won't make you go back all that way. I think Gary V is a very intelligent guy who has a very good understanding not only of business but of psychology. Whether he has a wholly intellectual understanding of psychology. I do not know. I don't know whether he's read up on it a lot. But you don't need to read up on psychology to know the human mind. You can simply know the human mind from observing other people and from just living life, just being experienced in life. So you don't necessarily need intellectual knowledge to be aware of people. But I think he's very, very psychologically intelligent. I think he is, he's very intelligent business-wise, obviously, both experientially and possibly intellectually as well in terms of book knowledge. I don't know. Maybe he's read a few. I'm sure he'll have read a few books on business and stuff. But no, I think he's, as far as I'm aware, he's okay. Now, I have made my reservations clear in the past towards Gary Vee of some of his mentality towards doing things. You see, he comes from a viewpoint of scientific materialism or scientific materialism. I think I believe the two terms are interchangeable, of which it's very much focused on an individualized ideal. So he's all about the individual. It's individualism. What did I say in my comedy show? I'm not an individualist. So of course I'm going to oppose him a little bit on that. Now, I say I'm not an individualist. It's quite ironic, actually, because everything I do screams of an individualist, although I refuse to make myself known as an individualist. But, he's very focused on the individual. Now, being individually focused, is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But it tends to create a hostility between people. And it's all about, in these days, in this entrepreneurial world, let me get better than you. Let me grow my business better than you. Let me earn money more than you. Let me have a prettier girlfriend than you. Let me have a better car than you. Let me do this better than you. Let me have a better penis extender because I want a bigger X than you, right? And I know Gary Vee has also preached in the past about how he done, and I mentioned this last week, so I am definitely repeating myself now for the 20th time in this stream. But I know he's mentioned in the past about how he don't really care about the whole big dick thing and all the rest of it and all that kind of egoic battles and stuff. And this is what makes me believe that he's more intelligent than most people think. It's all about that. Now, whether Gary Vee, I don't think Gary Vee wants that. I don't think that's his kind of complete philosophy. I don't think that's what he's going for. He doesn't want people to think like, oh, well, my house is better than yours and my business is better than yours. But in the way he preaches it, because he preaches it in such a autocratic way, it seeps into the individual in that way. And therefore their ego becomes inflamed in one regard, or it can do because of that style of teaching. And so what happens is they become in this realm of my thingy is bigger than your thingy, or my car's bigger than yours, or my girlfriend's prettier than yours, that sort of way of teaching. Whereas my way of teaching is getting to the exact end that Gary Vee is at, in making people happy. That's his ultimate goal, in essentially binding people together, experiencing life, being, really focused on what you're doing in the moment, and focus on what you're, what's around you right now, and all that sort of stuff. And there's so much more he teaches on top of that as well. But I do it in a laissez-faire attitude, or I say laissez-faire attitude, or more of a rascal guru approach. Not necessarily a laissez-faire attitude, but more of a rascal guru approach. So I look to try and not get rid of the ego, but integrate the ego in a more holistic way. So instead of them having an inflamed ego through the scientific, materialistic view that Gary Vee presents on business, entrepreneurship, all the rest of it, I look to integrate a more naturalistic philosophy or organic philosophy in the individual that allows them to open up their conscious attention to experience things in a more subtle, pleasurable dimension, in which isn't so attached to their ego, or it isn't inflamed too much with their ego, and they can get back to more of a natural base nature that they have, and they can also be quite happy and comfortable with the person they are, and they can use their ego if they want to. They can be angry if they want to, they can be this if they want to. That's nothing wrong with that, but they can use that ego knowing full well, having a state of ego transcendence, that they are using it. You see, every time I get angry on here, or every time I raise my voice, immediately I identify that as ego straight away. Ego. I know it's ego, but I don't not allow myself to have it. I'm just simply bringing awareness to it. You see, I could not have it, but then I'd have to be silent, or I'd have to be very, very placid. That's not the personality I am. So I allow myself to have an ego just for it to be presented, really, to the world, and just to have have a sense of identity for other people to view, essentially, and to counteract with and bounce off and stuff. So yeah, that's my kind of viewpoint of it. It's a bit more of a laissez-faire or rascal guru approach to the two are contradicting, actually, the laissez-faire and the rascal guru approach, but towards the same means. It's like yesterday, the comedy short, you see, people on that video, I'll talk about this. You watch that video, and automatically you feel a sense of some people, not all people. Some people, if you're not high in openness, let's say, you automatically feel a sense of insecurity of your own sense of self, because I'm presenting to you in that video a complete non-conceptual idea of humanity. In that video, especially in the bloopers, I was completely spontaneous. I was completely just doing what I'm doing, just being. I'm not necessarily completely living in my ego. I was just being. That's all I was doing. I was just, I'll eat this apple. I'll eat, that's nice. You know what I mean? I burped on the bloopers. Spontaneous arising again comes back to more Buddhism, that, but it's spontaneous arising. It's something that is purposelessness again. There's no purpose with it. It doesn't have any connotation of ego really in there. So I was just naturally living in my base nature. Now that is a rascal guru approach, so that then it makes people feel a little bit insecure, because I'm not having seemingly any self-consciousness. And then people, what they have to do, because they need to feel secure in their ego, their sense of self, is they have to go down to the comments and they have to put, oh my god, this guy's insane, oh my god, this guy needs this or that, and they have to do that to validate their security in their sense of self and invalidate mine as a one-upmanship, essentially, and also so that then they feel that they are normal, and normal in their eyes has the upper hand, and again, one-upmanship, and so because they've done that, they then validate or label me as insane, or not necessarily insane, but just someone crazy, and that means they can validate themselves as normal in the process. So it allows for their sense of self to be nurtured, to be secure, to be happy, to be lovely. I'm the type of person who is trying to get that out of people, is to say, you've not got a fixed sense of self. You've not, that ego of yours, it's just an illusion. So I present myself in my base nature certain occasions to be able to pull that out of people. But then on other occasions, I'm normal, I'm nice, I'm happy, I present myself just as a quite basic person. Again, that's just an identity, a persona that allows me to interact with people more. The actual idea of Adam doesn't exist. There is no one. There is just loads of different characters that I portray, essentially. That's all Adam ever is. Now I'm just choosing to portray a character that is fairly normal and that's going to be accepted in society. Yesterday I chose to portray, in the comedy short, a character that was, a little bit weird with his sense of self, a little bit chameleon-like with his sense of self, to be able to, for other people to understand their egoic nature as a mechanical structure. Because when you start looking at the ego, you start realizing how mechanical it is. You start getting angry at people. You start realizing, when you start actually looking at the ego and really focusing your attention day after day on that egoic nature, you start to realize how mechanical it is. And then you can break through into ego transcendence, and then further on from there, if you want to attain any other kind of things spiritually, then you can do that as well, if so. well, I say you can, you can't do it because your ego doesn't exist really, but so this is why this is the paradoxical nature of language. You can't do it, but you will attain those things so long as you have a bit of discipline there as well, and also you can essentially let go to the idea of yourself, you know. So that's my approach, you know. I get to similar ends as Gary Vee, in which is to cultivate strong individuals or strong people. Again, it sounds really individualistic, my philosophy now, doesn't it? But cultivate strong individuals that can then work as a whole with the rest of humanity, and then obviously bring everyone up in the process, help get people over neurosis and things like that, in order to essentially cultivate a happier and more enjoyable world. But if you are constantly living in that fixed sense of self, you will always be defensive, because you've always got something to protect. I have nothing to protect. I can do whatever I want. I can smoke a cigar, I can randomly tear up this notepad, because I can do anything. It doesn't matter. There's not necessarily... I would be lying if I would say there isn't any self-consciousness within me, but I realise that self-consciousness is an illusion and can move past it. Therefore, I can just do what I want, and then that presents a barrier or an insecurity for people who are living wholly in their ego. And then the idea of me being so distorted in my sense of self and so unchained, basically, is to allow people to see their own egoic folly. And then once they see their egoic folly from me just acting mental and not even in the ego illusion, they can then understand a better, more holistic view of their self in all of the aspects that they portray, all of the characters that they portray. Because we're not just one person. We're all the different characters. We're a comedian, we're a joker, we're a hero, we're a child. We're all the different archetypes, all the different things, all in kind of one, essentially. And then once you see that, you can just dilly-dally and you can play, you can have it, you can make fun. You can essentially make love to the universe and just, just have fun with your life and not be fixed on this... I'm this person and I need to fit in society in this specific way, and it's got to be like this. I've got to have this specific persona. Just break free of it. Just do what you want. If you want to be professional sometimes, be professional. If you want to be this, be that. If you want to be comedic, be that. If you just want to let loose and be a child, be that. Just whatever spontaneously arises in the moment, you do that. Don't do anything else. Because this is where we can really see that the ego is an illusion. Right, you go for a job interview, what do you do? What do? You put on a false persona, a false egoic persona that is slightly more professional than your original self. What about phone voices? I know this is only a voice now, but that, again, it's slight more professional than you actually are. That's because you've created a slight little variance on your character. But you see, you've created that, just like you've created your original character. So yes, you've created that professionalism persona for use in certain situations, but don't you understand? You've created even your normal self. You've created even the image of your normal self, just walking around doing things in terms of the way you act, in the fixed sense of self that you have. Whereas you get rid of it and you just do what you do. It's brilliant. You can just eat a banana and do this and do that, and you don't have any fixed sense of an idea behind it. You're just like, yeah, I'm just going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you're just happy to live in whatever's coming up in the moment. And it doesn't necessarily mean when you have a non-fixed sense of self that you're just going to be mental and you're going to do all different, you're going to be all weird different personas. You can hone it down, and you can... you can still have conversations with people. It's not like it goes out the wall just because you've lost this defense, essentially, or lost this permanent sense of self. It's just that you have more freedom. It's like you're an actor, which essentially we all are. I mean, William Shakespeare said it best: all the world's a stage and the players merely actors. I believe he knew that this ego is just a concept. I believe he was a lot smarter than people say, and that he knew all this. He knew very, very well, damn well, that what we're all doing. And therefore you can just play it like a game, like you're on stage all the time. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, you know. It's so funny how all these actors, you know, it's amazing, really. But yeah, so I focus on that, and I'd love to be a rascal guru, basically be a reflector. So if someone was really angry at me, I get really angry at them, because I can do that, not having necessarily this real fixed sense of self. Let's say I can just literally be really angry at them, be 2 times as angry, and then they hopefully, the idea with this reflection technique is that you can let them see their egoic folly, because you've been like twice as ego as them, and then they think, oh God, you know what I mean? They've seen that kind of part of themselves. It's blown it open. They've seen it, and then, I mean, this takes months and months and months to cultivate between a disciple and a guru, of every day being disciplined and gurus doing little tricks and stuff. But God, I'd love to do that. God, I'd love to. I mean, I've always said I'd never label myself as a guru, and I definitely wouldn't now, because that's labeling myself as having a fixed sense of identity. But I would still love to be a rascal guru, but just not label it rascal guru, just not label it anything, not have any conceptual nature around it. It's like now, I don't define myself. I do not define myself. I just do what I'm doing and what's spontaneously arising and what's happening. And that's it. And that's all I do. If I'm hungry, I'll eat some stuff. If if I have this compulsion to do something, whatever it may be, I just do it. It's not, if I have a compulsion to say something, or to wave my hands about, or what, it doesn't matter. Or even bigger than that, if I have a compulsion to burp or fart or this, or what it is, like anything you think of. If I have that compulsion to do it, I just either do it, or if it's something that is harmful to other people, I just let it go. I just let that thought go, drift away, and then new thoughts take its place, which spontaneously arise, and then I just get on and do. That's all. And it's brilliant. It's bloody brilliant. It's brilliant. Just chill. That's what I'm saying. My philosophy is just chill. Just chill. That's what it is. Why people you're all like, oh God, I've got to do it. Oh God. It's just so funny. It's so funny. Just chill. Don't worry. I just, it gets me. It gets me, Chill. Chill. Right, let me go chat. I'm gonna have to go on for 2 hours today. Hello, Tommy. Gary V, does he play for Spurs? No, he doesn't. You know full well who Gary V is. My God. It's in their own supporters. Right, I'm going to go down and chat. I know we've had a lot of chat and stuff. Oh, so now you turn up. Oh, right. I'm just reading off chat at the moment. You were talking about not having a dealer ad, so I said, I bet you grow your own. Oh, right, yeah, sorry. Yeah. No, I don't. No, I don't grow my own. No, those days are behind me, see, I can't do that, No, that was interesting, though. It's an interesting time that was in my life. Not that I had a dealer or anything, but you know what I mean. They are lying. I'm back, I got distracted. Oh my God, you got distracted? Oof, terrible. Right, where were we now? And personalised, I'm slow. They're all sold out now. Whoa, what are we doing? What? All the mugs? I guess you're meaning Lonnie's mugs, not my mugs. Actually, I don't think you can sell out of my mugs. I think it's unlimited stock. I'm not sure. Maybe it's not, but yeah. I really should do like a thing like put 10 in stock and say, right, there's no more of this design being produced. Actually, would people buy them? If I did that, would people buy? Say I put 10 in stock. Would people actually buy them? I reckon people would buy. I reckon, because you got to have, let's say I have 100 people. If I did 10% of the stock, so 10% of them 100, 10. God, people would lap them up like crazy. But then, that means every 10 that's sold, I have to do another design. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I would love to live within your brain for a day. Oh my god, I've had some cowboys in here. You don't want to bloody do that. I've had some cowboys in here. Woo, you know. But it's all good now. I'm chilled now. You can tell in my voice. I'm just like, woo, you know. You know what it's like? It's kind of like being on a low dose of drugs all the time. That's what it's like in my life. You could say mystical consciousness, or you could say, what's the other thing that people say? I don't know. But you could say a little bit of that, but it's kind of just like, I walk around just chilled. Just chilled, you know, I just, go for a walk. I don't know why I'm looking over there, you see. I just do what I do. You see what I mean? I just do what I do. I'm spontaneous. I just do what I do. It's bloody weird. I just look over there, like, I don't know why I'm looking over there. But anyway, so I didn't even think to look over there. I just looked. I don't get what, anyway. Sometimes I do not get what I do. Literally, I don't get it. I don't get why I do these things. I just do them. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Oh, God, it's gone now. I'll come back to me in a sec. Yeah, so I just walk around in a bit of mystical consciousness, so just, woo! You know what I mean? It's just good. Oh, God, it's good. It's just, it's like a shroud. That's what it's like. It's like a shroud of protection. As if nothing can really penetrate it. It's like I mean, this is what most mystics say, really, but it's kind of like this. Well, I suppose it would be. Mystics, a lot of them say, it's about the internal self, and all that sort of stuff. So it's like I've got this shroud of protection around me that I'm just happy, and I can just walk around, and I'm just like high a little bit, more most of the time now. Not all the time, but most of the time, and just light, and just, yeah, it's good. So it's just so good. I can't begin to tell you just how good it is. It's just good. That's why I want to be a bloody rascal guru or something, because I can like get people into this state, and then it's like, whoa, whoa. It's like you don't need. I realise now you don't actually need drugs. You don't need alcohol. You don't need cigars. You don't even need things like love or anything like that, or any of the emotions really. You simply just need to be. That is literally it. That's what I've learned over the last, God knows how long I've been doing this now. 18 months? 16 months? 18 months? I don't know. But you just need to, like, be. That's it. And it's cool. It's cool, I have to say. You're just there, just being. You're not worried about anything. You just... You know what I mean? I mean, just sit now. Like, really, just sit with me now. Just for a second. And just, like, relax. Let all your organs go. Let all your bodily functions go. Like, that's what I mean. That's what I did. First time I ever did any sort of meditation or anything like that. 18 months ago, so now. I just let it go. And I was crap at it. I was absolute crap. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, oh God, what do I do here? How do I let go? I don't get how I let go. I don't understand it. But I let them all go. All my organs just go. Just let them all go. Like everything just in your body, let them go. And just drop. As if you're dropping into unconsciousness, but you're actually still conscious. That's what it's like. It's like you're going to sleep, but you're not going to sleep. Now, this isn't meditation. This is just letting go of like, anything, letting go of worry, letting go of... It's not meditation or anything. It's just relaxing, basically. But it's relaxing in a certain way. It's almost mystical relaxing. It's relaxing on a different level, a different plane. But you have to kind of let go and cultivate it, and it builds and builds, and then, then you start to get into this realm pretty much permanently, or you can do. I mean, I wouldn't say it's permanent for me, but it's close to it. Just absorb the moment, It's so hot. The universe is so bloody sexy, I tell you. It's the sexiest little number, the universe. That's one of my quotes, actually. If you follow me on Instagram, I do quotes daily. Yeah, that's one of my quotes. The universe is the sexiest little number. It really is. Just when you just let go. Don't focus on love. Don't focus on what you're doing. Don't focus on anything. Just let go. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? It's just so bloody good, you know? God. And then you just eat things. You just eat an apple or an orange or whatever it may be. A banana or... It don't matter. I don't know why I'm naming fruit. It's just what's coming to mind. And you're just so bloody loving it. You're just like... It's almost an orgasmic affair. It really is. It's like... It's just... People don't see it, though. They don't see that. And it makes me sad. They just eat an apple or a banana or whatever it may be. They eat the tea and it's like, yeah, well, let's get this down and get on to the next thing. Yeah, but the whole point is eating the tea. The whole point is eating the apple because that's what you're doing right now. And you've got to absorb it for all it's worth because that ultimately is what's going to make you ready to ultimately die in the end because you're going to think I've latched onto and absorbed every single moment for all it's worth in my life. Every single bite, every single moment, every single sexual experience, everything. You've absorbed it all. And you're ready. You're ready to go. You're ready for this consciousness to die. Because you've been so absorbed in it. But no one acts like that, and therefore that's why when people die, they're screaming. They're like, oh no, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. It's because you never really lived. It's because you never really looked at those things in the moment. It's because you never really drank your tea properly. And yes, there is a certain way to drink your tea. Well, there's many different ways to drink your tea, actually. But yeah. Anyway. Let's have a look in the old chat. Wonder if Ads is at his reality nudist colony. Reality nudist colony? I don't know what that quite means, but okay. He really misses 60% of the conversation, just like this sentence, he will never catch it. And promoted listings, Gary V, God, and Jesus too. I caught it, Tommy! I got you! Bloody hell. Just watch Ads backlog? Backlog? I don't know. And backlog and songs. Yeah, I don't know whether Tommy and Tracy have watched the songs yet, but they're pretty cool. They're pretty funny. They are funny. Laughing me out. What is it? What did someone say? Someone said Willy Wonka. Oh, wanks. Oh no. Oh god, that's so bad. Yeah. Reality in your mind, Ads. Oh right. Okay, I get it. I know why you tell us Ads is the best channel on your playlist. Now I know. Yeah, well, you know, I bring the fun. I've always said for a long time, you know, I've got this kind of liberal attitude. I've got this kind of woo, you know, and so people, you know, certain people will dig that. Certain people will like that. If you don't like it, don't matter. It doesn't matter. Go off. Find someone on the internet you really like and bloody absorb their content. But please, just tell me, just promise me one thing. That if you do that, at least try and like watch it and really absorb it. You know, don't just watch it and be like, oh yeah, this is good. Or you know, really absorb. This is what I want from my viewers. If you're watching me now, absorb it. Don't just watch it. Don't just, you know, breathe and experience and absorb and be passionate and be... I don't even know. I don't know. Just... you know, there's no words that can accurately define it. There's no words that can accurately describe it. Just be like, oh, yeah, you know? With everything you do. Just absorb everything. You know what I mean? Just absorb it all and then you'll be fine. Then you'll be happy. You know? Don't worry about what's happening next. Don't worry about what's happening in your future or your past or whatever. Just absorb what's happening right now. But people just can't see it. We can't see it. We can't see it. And I'm here trying to, say this to people and they'll never see it. They never see it. And it makes me sad because I'm like, for God's sake, see it! See it! Please see it! I want the world to be blissful. I want the world to be joyous. I want the world to be in this state, you know. Although, saying that, you couldn't really have a fully blissful or happy world because you could only, you know, if you got a party, right? You have a party for, if you had an infinite party, let's say you had an infinite party, after about 2 weeks maybe of 24/7 partying, or maybe even less than that for a lot of people, probably less than that. I'm going high at 2 weeks, probably after about 3 days of 24/7 partying, you'd get bored of that party and you wouldn't even realise that it's a party really anymore. You'd just be like, oh, well, this is, oh, I don't like this is too much for me, all the rest of it. So if everyone in the world was happy all the time, no one would really make use of that happiness or really enjoy that happiness anymore because they're just happy all the time, and therefore it's bleeding into one stream of reality. So therefore we always need people who are sad or people who are bad in the world to be able to let the happy people really know why they're happy and for what they're happy for and all the rest of it, and realise that they are happy in relation to the fact that there's sad people and bad people and all the rest of it in the world. So, you know, but I do want to make as many people happy as possible and joyous and just, you know, enjoying. Oh, can you not see it? Oh, please. I'm radiating it. I'm radiating happiness. Just see it. Just look. Just see the stuff that I radiate and just smile and be happy, you know. Not all the time. Don't be someone who's smiling all the time. I'm not someone who's smiling all the time. You know I don't smile all the time because, as I've just said, you can't really know happiness in relation to the whole sadness thing, and therefore you need that sadness or those tears every now and then or whatever it may be to really enjoy the happiness. So don't be happy all the time. Be little bits of sadness because that's what makes the happiness really worthwhile. So, but do that. But just, you know, for the majority of your time, just be happy. Just smile. Just be cool. Just be... I think this is the most... would you say passive-aggressive? Is that the right word? I don't know. Maybe passive-aggressive preach that anyone's ever done. Because I'm smiling, and it's like a dystopian future. It's like, you will be happy. Yeah, I just kind of realised my folly in that. I'm literally supplying the thing that I hate, which is the dystopian future, which is the reality of the kind of the happiness patrol, where you will be happy, and there's... you know, you're gonna be happy, and this is what you need to do. But they always preach it with a smile on the face. Oh God, I'm turning insane, aren't I? My God. Anyway, no, but I'm just saying, you know, it's a reality worth embracing. Just to absorb everything, to be happy the majority of the time, to really understand your base nature, your base reality. Just breathing and enjoying things. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to convert anyone to be happy 100% of the time, and if you're not happy, you know, we're going to shoot you or something like that. You know, nothing like that. But just do it for me. If not for anyone else, do it for me. Or if not for me, do it for yourself. No, don't even do it for me. Do it for yourself. That's a better one. But yeah, anyway, so... I stopped looking at the chat and listened to ads ramble in the background. It's funny, innit? If you're happy and you know, sub to ads. If you're happy and you know, sub to ads. That's brilliant. I get lost in what you lot are talking about most of the time. Where are we? Oh, thank you very much for putting my merch in again. Coming soon to merch for the ladies. Quim covers? What are Quim covers? We love your channel ads. It is amazingly wrong that you haven't reached 1 million subs. I know. It's terrible. It's just terrible. Hey, I'll do it one day. I'm going to stick it out. I'll be like 80. And I'll be still on YouTube. And I'll be like about 999,000 or something. And then the last one will tick over. And then I'll pop my clog drawer. I'll be like, no! Oh, no, it's just bloody... Oh, and then boom. Yeah. Oh no, actually I wouldn't be like that because I'd be dead, wouldn't I? Actually, how am I thinking I could look back on 1 million subs if I would just die? Anyway, I don't know. But yeah, so it wouldn't matter because I'd be dead, but that's okay. But you never know. We might make 1 million. We might make it in my lifetime, you know. Just need a few. All we need is about 100 people to share my channel with about another 10 people, right? So that's 1,000 people. And everyone has 10 friends, right? And I've got a base of 100 people, right, on this channel. So 100 people, share it with 10 people, right? And then those 10 people, that's 1,000 people. Then those those 900 extra people. Is that right? Am I getting my maths wrong here? No, I think that's right. Is it? That's right. No, those extra, we're at 1,100 now. So those extra 1,000 people share it with another 10. Everyone has 10, well, most people have 10 friends. Maybe not everyone, but most people. So then that's 10,000, right? Well, that's like 11,100. And just keep going right up to 1 million. It's easy. All it is not crowdfunding, but crowd getting together. You know, bloody hell. I do so much work on this channel, and that's all I ask. I only asked for 1 million subs, you know. Yeah, I only asked, it's not a lot, you know. About 100 people have 1 million subs, probably 1,000 now. Oh, here I am, bloody stuck on 3,000. I do all this work. I'm only joking. So yeah, anyway, where are we now? I'll get going in a sec. I know it's been almost 2 hours, but you know, I like doing the longer streams. They're good. I stayed up too late and woke late, but I'm moving as fast as I can, Tommy. Why? What's it? Is he moaning at you to do something, Tracy? I'm sure. Is he trying to get you to Twitter, ship your stuff or something? Get on with your day. Tracy, I thought you had to get up early and leave. Oh, God. For someone living at parents to be happy 24/7, wait till real work. Well, yeah, but then I can always just... I have an idea of a backup plan. If I don't want to live in society, let's say, if I don't want to do the whole, because I don't think I fit in society. I don't want to be 40 or 50 and have a wife and kids and all that sort of stuff and be tied down. I'd rather have like an institute where I'm a rascal guru, where I essentially students come like Gurdjieff or like De Lovander or like people like that. If you search on Google their names, you'll see what they're all about, kind of thing. And I just like to do that, you know, just literally like shock people into into really attaining this level of consistent happiness. But also you've got to say as well that it's a permanent state of affairs that I'm presented in. I'm not happy because of circumstance. I'm happy because of life itself. I'm not happy because of what you're living in. You're living in a conceptual idea of what you need out of society, what you need out of life. I'm happy just to live. I'm happy just to live at the side of a road, just absorbing in reality. I'm not a materialist in the normal sense of the word. I'm a mystic. I don't think of material items as worth. I don't think of any of this as worth. It's just this, you know, it's just accessories to life, essentially. So I don't need any of that. So it wouldn't bother me if I was on an incredibly low income and I could just scrape by, you know, even not living with my parents or anything like that. It would not bother me because internally I'm happy on a higher conscious level, essentially. So I don't live in those conceptions of society, in those conceptions of what it means to be happy or what it does to be happy. It doesn't bother me so long as I can have food and so long as I can have these basic needs that every human needs to survive. I'm happy. I'm blissful. I'm cool. You know, and that's cool. I literally get so much just from going outside, sitting on the side of a road or sitting on like a mound. You know, like there's a little mound near I am, and just sitting there. And literally just watching the world, just watching all the little bees go around and watching the cars go around and just absorbing in the reality of nature, of the reality of the world, you know, of this manifestation that we've got going. And so it's not a conceptual thing. So if ever I was unhappy, and when I say unhappy, I mean in an egoic sense, my ego is unhappy in that setting, then clearly what I need to do is change and do be a rascal guru, be something like that, because simply my ego is not getting fulfilled in those circumstances, and there's no point just dragging it out. There's no point just being, oh, well, you know. I mean, yeah, you could say it advances people spiritually to have hard times in terms of hard egoic times, but I've had that for bloody 15 years or so, for bullying through high school, with operations when I was younger, from various different sexual experiences that I've had that I won't go into too much, from having multiple mental disorders, neurosis. I've had loads of different crap, and that's been my pain and suffering that's then led me to a little bit of a higher level of cultivated inner peace, you know? So I've had that. So therefore I don't need to go through that again. If I had that in the future, then I'd be fairly fine with it, because I know that it's an impermanent thing that just is an illusion that goes around, essentially, that's just the part of the flow of life, or whatever you want to call it, the Tao, or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't really matter. But that's, you know, just that flow. So then I would just go through the flow and just take what comes. It's like at the moment, you know, I've had these cavities and these tooth stuff, and I've resisted them for so long, you know, for a year or two. And then now I've completely submitted to the idea of having my teeth done, even though my ego absolutely hates the dentist, all the rest of it. But I've just completely submitted, because I know it's pointless. It's a futile exercise for me to not do it. It's a futile exercise for me to not go into the pain and just experience it, and then come out of it knowing that after the pain, pleasure comes back. Because pain, if you don't know already, is the great cultivator of pleasure. You have the pain, then you have the pleasure. What happens when you go into an operation and then you wake up from the operation? After you've recovered, of course, you get pleasure because you're not in pain anymore from whatever was giving you pain. All these different pains are, if you go into them, pain of anxiety. You have a lot of anxiety like I've had. You go into it, whatever is anxious, you go straight on into it. Then you come out the other side after a while, and after a hard time, you come out the side not feeling as anxious, and then you're in a bit more pleasure. So all these things, if I did have a real world existence without living at my parents and all the rest of it, all these pains to me would just be simply a way of just going into them. It's an egoic thing that I need to get rid of. So I go into the pain, and then I come out with the pleasure ultimately. So once you know that, that's really the basic structure of life. Every time you're faced with pain, go into it. Do not, every single, that's it. That's the secret of life. Every time you have a pain, go into it, whether it's physical, mental, whatever. And if you go into it for long enough, and you really make it through all that darkness and all that pain and all that suffering, you'll come to a place of, maybe you'll attain some level of inner peace, or maybe you'll just attain some level of understanding of how the nature of this pleasure and pain cycle work. So therefore, now knowing that, understanding that on such a, what's the word, maybe transcendental level, but there's another word for it, just a profound level, understanding that on such a profound level, it really doesn't matter what happens to me. Because whatever happens to me, pleasure or pain, ultimately, and it's just this cycle that's going round, and I'm just going to partake in it. Because if I try and avoid the pain, I'm going to get even more pain. It's going to build up more. What happened when I had my cavity, right? I had my cavity last year, and I avoided the pain of going to the dentist. It got worse. And then I went to the dentist, and I had the pain of the dentist, and I got it done. I got the cavity sorted, and then now I'm in pleasure because I've not got the pain, you see. So now I understand the whole nature of what life is, really. I'm just like, oh yeah, well, I'll just go into the pain. It's easy. I mean, it's not easy. It's bloody hard. But, you know, once you catch onto the trick and you can remove your ego from the equation, the pain isn't actually as bad, because you're not really anyone to experience it completely. It's just the fact that you're experiencing pain. It's almost like not solipsism. What's it called? Stoicism, where you treat pleasure and pain the same. You know, your ego isn't tied to the pleasure or the pain. It's just simply an experience that you're having, and that just goes round. You know, so yeah, I don't shy away from it too much anymore. I'm just enjoying it. And it's not to say that there aren't things in my life as an egoic human, as an ego, as a human existence, as an ego, aside from ego transcendence, that there isn't things I need to work on. There are things in my human, as I say, my human egoic existence that are flawed, that I need to essentially move past by entering into the pain. But when you can transcend the ego, that then allows you to see it with more clarity and move into the pain with a little bit less sense of strain. You're not thinking to yourself like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to be really in pain over this. You're just thinking, right, this is a necessary thing that is a part of my existence that if I don't do, I'm just going to end up being in more pain, or my organism is going to be ending up being in more pain. So I have to go into the pain. And then you go into the pain, and you keep going into the pain, and you keep going into the pain, and you keep going into the pain until you burst out into a consciousness that is like, oh, right, actually, it's not so bad anymore. It's not so bad, you know. I can experience this pain, and it's all right. It's not as bad as I was first, because I know now that the pain leads ultimately to pleasure, and that's essentially what it is. And that's why I've been able to be so profound as I am now at 23. That's why I have such an old head on my shoulders, because over the last 15 years, all I've gone through pretty much every day of my life is crap, is absolute shit, basically, and that's what's led me to this attainment. It's not something that's come in a week or in 6 months or even in a year. I realise quite profoundly now that my knowledge that I've got, the experience that I have with regard to life or mystical consciousness or whatever, has come through 15 years of essentially training, as essentially almost like Zen training, or almost like you know, some sort of transcendental spiritual training, because all I've got is, as I say, I was bullied for bloody 7 years, almost every day in high school. God, I had loads of crap done to me. And, you know, one of my best friends died when I was 12. As I say, I've had untoward sexual experiences. I've had operations from the age of 5 to 10. I've had loads of stuff. Now, this is not me trying to say, oh, feel pity for me. I don't care about that. That's an ego thing. I don't care about that. I'm just trying to elaborate to you that through pain and suffering is where you are probably going to find some level of happiness. And once you've suffered enough, you'll then get it. Now, you can actually have it immediately, but people don't actually have it immediately, because you just end up suffering, and then you understand. Because it's in the suffering that you actually start to understand. If you didn't have the suffering, yes, you could have some sort of spontaneous arising, but you need the suffering to be able to understand what it is, what's going on, what is life, you know, essentially. And then, oh, there we go, we're cool again, you know. Anyway, right then, let me have a look. Ads wants to test if you can go over 8 hours. Yeah, well, that'd be cool. So Ad, we using Streamyard to get guests on. Come in late if you already said. Came in late if you already said. Yeah, I'm getting guests on Streamyard when I do my stream for Thursday Talks 100th. YouTube will cut you off after 8 hours. There, save you some time. Yeah, I don't know. I might do. Damn. Did you do? Well, I've been in streams that were 8 hours, and the host got a countdown. Oh damn. Oh bloody hell. Right. What I'll do is do. Yeah. What I'll do is do that. We've done. I found a Reddit that says no limit, but only one. So I'd like to find out more. Right, anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I've been on for over 2 hours now, so I will leave it there. I don't normally do 2 hours, but I just rambled today. So I will leave it there, guys. Thank you very... Oh, also, no. I just saw that comment. Just wait till you have responsibility and bills to pay. Struggling to pay mortgage. Right, well... Here's the thing, what if what I'm doing right now in preaching this will pay my mortgage? What if I be a rascal guru, or I be a philosopher, and that's the thing that pays my mortgage? Did you think about that, maybe? Hey, that could work. Hey, I just thought about that. That could work. I could do that as my job. I didn't really because I didn't really think of it in that way, because I don't really want to get paid for doing that, because I'm not bothered about getting paid for it, because it's more of a humanitarian thing or a spiritual quest. But I could actually get paid for it, and then that pays my mortgage, and then I'm cool. And then I can be blissful and happy and do what I want and do what I love and be like crazy and stuff, but also pay my mortgage. How cool would that be? That'd be awesome. Anyway, he said, I've seen streamers do 24. God knows, I don't know. People are saying they've seen them do 24 hours. People are saying they've seen them do 8 hours. Some people have done 7.5 hours and been okay with it. So I don't know. I don't know what's what. Maybe I'll be okay, maybe I won't. I haven't a clue. Anyway, I'll see you soon, guys. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. So see you very soon, guys.